Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My today's video is going to be on Pandas concat function. Concatenation of Pandas series, concatenation of Pandas data frames, and then concatenation of Pandas series and data frames. Okay, I will start by importing Pandas as pd. Alright, now let's make some series. Okay, 10, 12, 14, 12, 11. Then C2 pd.series. Okay, 21, 13, 10, 6, 7. C3 pd.series. Okay, 34, 32, 31, 10, 15. And C4 pd.series. Okay, 21, 25, 29, 10, 16. Okay, let's give some names. Names, column 1. Okay, name, column 3. So these are 4 series, and we have 2 names and we have 2 without names. Okay, now pd.concat. So we have to make a list of series. Okay, C1, C2, C3, C4. Look, by default, it concats in the row direction. You see that? So first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it adds these 5 elements of C1, 10, 12, 14, 12, 11. Do you see that? And then C2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Again, it includes the elements of C2, then elements of C3, then elements of C4. Okay? Copy and paste. If I do axis 1, then it concatenates in the column direction. And you can see that we have named column 1 and 3 of C1 and C3. So for C1 and C3, it includes the name of the series and the name of the column. And C2 and C4 are without names, they don't have name. So it just includes 0 and 1 as column names. So if you had more columns without names or more series without names, it would be like 2, 3, and 4, this kind of names. Okay, Control C. Let's add some keys. A, B, C, D. So if I add keys, what happens? It takes the keys as the column names, and it totally ignores the names of the series in that case. So I think that's all about the series. Now let's work on the concatenation of the data frames. First, I have to make some data frames, and I have the code typed here to make the data frames. So df1. I have this data frame information in the description box below. Please feel free to copy and paste and follow along. This is df1, and I have df2, df2, this is the df2, and df3. Control C and Control V, df3. Okay, you can see df1, we have name, serial number, position, and group, and index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I put the index explicitly 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For df2, we have the same columns, and we have index 5, 6, 7, 8. And df3, we have the same columns, but index 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And the information inside, we have different informations in different data. You can see here name Ria, Dia, John, Kevin. Here we have Laura, Jeff, Rony, and here Mike, Molly, Jane. Let's do the concatenation. Like before, here as well, we have to put them in a list. So df1, df2, df3. Okay, oh, pd. Look at here, we have name, serial number, position, group, the same column information, and they concatenated in the row direction. We have information of df1, then df2, and at the end we have the information of df3. If I wanted, I could put keys here as well. So you can see, okay, A, B, C. So now you can see A, B, and C. So they're separated. I can give a name, con, so you can access the information, conc.log A. So here is the information of DataFrame A, DataFrame 1. Control C and Control V. Look, if I want two of them, like A and C or A and B, I have to make a list inside, okay? List A, C. So we have A and C. Look, we could make the same data frame using df1, 2, and 3 using a dictionary as well. Let's make a dictionary. A, key A, df1, then key B, value is df2, then key C, value is df3. So here is the dictionary. Now pd.concat, concat D. So we have the same data frame as we could make here. If you want to rearrange, by default it brings A, B, and C, the way we put here. By default A, B, and C. If you want, you can rearrange them. Control C. Okay. Here. If I want B first, then A, then C, that's what happens here. Now dfcon. So dfcon, I'm just saving it in a variable called dfcon. dfcon.log A. I can access it the same way I did before. And if I want two of them, I have to make a list. Here it is. I mean, if you notice, this is a multi-index data frame. All right, dfcon dot index dot levels. Index levels BAC, and then index levels of these numbers. Okay, so look, Control C, Control V, names. Okay, the first one ABC. Let's make it section, and the number one, the second one, I'm giving a number N. You see that we just name this index levels, section and N. All this time, we wanted with the data frames where the column names were the same. In all three of our data frames, df1, df2, and df3, we had the same column names, name, serial number, position, and group. What if we are trying to concatenate two data frames where the column names are not the same? Let's make a different data frame for that. Okay, df4. Control C, df4. Look, in df4 we have name, serial number, city, and group. Note before we had position and group. So instead of position, we have city now. So let's do the pd.concat df3, df4. So what happens? In df3, we have name, serial number, position, and group. So we have this information here. But in city, we have all these null values because in df3, there is no city. And in df4, we have the null values in the position because in df4, there is no position. All right, they actually do the same way in the row direction, the way before, but just the missing values are there. Now, we can do axis 1. Axis 1. So when we did axis 1, what happens? It concatenated in the column direction. You can see name, serial number, position, and group. These are our df3. and here df4 starts. And you can see the index. Let's see df3 here. In df3 we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And df4 we have 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. We have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. All of them, right? 9, 10, and 11, they are common in both df3 and df4. And 12, 13, they are in df3, but not df4. So what happens? Here, in 12 and 13, we have these values null, right? Because this side is actually df4. So these two rows are null here. And same for df3, because we have 15 and 16 in df4, but they are not in df3, so we have null values in this side, df3 side. Okay? Now, what if we want the common columns only? Sorry, common rows. Okay? So what we do, inner, oh no, not inner, okay, join equals to inner. If we do that, we get only the common columns, common rows, 9, 10, and 11. They are present in df3 and df4 both, but it did not make too much sense. Name, serial number, position, group, and name, serial number, city, and group. We had lots of common columns, the same columns repeated twice, just the position and city. They're separate, but if you want, you can just drop these extra columns from. Another thing we can do, that is Control C dot reindex df dot index. Oh, sorry, df3 dot index. Index we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 15, 16, right? And df3 and df4 we have some different indexes. So we are just keeping the index of df3. In that case, we are excluding some indexes, some rows from df4. So what happens? We just have null values in two of these here, where in df4 side, this side, right, where df4 does not have 12 and 13, so we do not have information for Rob and Clara on this side, right, df4 side. Okay, then again take this part, and what if this time I just totally ignore index? Ignore index. What happens? In that case, we get all the rows, but these column names are gone because we just ignored index. You may not want that in this case, but you never know. You may find cases where this could be useful, just I wanted to demonstrate. Now we want to work on how to concatenate a data frame and a series. Okay, for that I will bring back this C1. Okay, remember in the beginning we have this series. So I'm just taking this series where we had 5 numbers and we put the name C column 1. Okay, what about I just copy it? I just copy it and just paste it here. Instead of name column 1, why don't I name age? This is our C1 series. I want to concatenate it with df1. Let's see how df1 looks. This is how our df1 looks. I want to concatenate here. I want to add one extra column, name age. Okay, let's concatenate. Concat df1 c1. Now I want to add this here, right, as an age. I want to add this c1 as an extra column in df1. So I have to put axis 1. Remember, otherwise it's gonna go in the row direction and we will get lots of null values. And look at it, we have this age column here. I need to warn you about one thing, that is, it worked with df1 because in df1 we have this index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, And C1 also we have index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This index is matched. But what if DF2? It actually did not work. Do you see that? It did not work. The reason is in DF2, remember our index was 5, 6, 7, and 8. So please be mindful of that. All right. Now, so we learned how to include in one extra column. What if we want to include in one extra row? In DF1, we want another row, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, row 5. Okay, first make a row, okay? M2 pd dot, not concat, pd.series. We have name, so let's give a name, Johnny, and then serial number 24, then position, I will give maybe 5th, and group D. And I have to actually give them the index. Index, name, serial number, then position, group. This is M2, name, serial number, position, and group, and these are the values. Okay, name, serial number, position, and group. So first we have to convert it to a frame like this. So how we do that? M2 dot to frame. To frame. So we made a frame like this. Now I want it in the row direction, right? As a new row, but these are all columns. So transpose. We do this dot T that makes it like a row. Okay? Now we concat. pd.concat df1, and we have to take this on control, and I will ignore index this time, because look, here we have another index. I don't need that. We already have index in df1, right? We already have the column names. So look at this. We have Johnny 24, 5th, and D. We have another extra row. That was all. I hope it was useful. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.